Hey everyone. I was just sitting here having a really deep, meaningful, beautiful conversation with my friend Deja Lee, and it was about loneliness. And I asked her if she would like to stay on while I share a message with you, and she doesn't have to be on video because it was such a profound conversation. It feels sacred and semi-private, and I want to talk about the beauty of loneliness. Um, Often we experience loneliness as something to be ashamed of, or something that needs to be fixed, or something that needs to be healed. And I want to share with you that in my experience, in my life, my loneliness has been the greatest gift to me. And a teacher last year helped me to see it. My loneliness, um, there's a song that was the intro song to the show Shrinking with Harrison Ford, and one of the refrains in the song is, I want to hear myself think again. I want to hear myself think again. And I came from a family that did not have healthy emotional expression. We'll just put it that way. And my loneliness helped me go inside and protect my own heart, protect my own sense of knowing who I am, protect my own sense of individuality, so that when I got older and I was able to heal and do inner work, I could find that place and it was still intact. And it's a place inside of me that is like an oasis. It's a place inside of me that is so sacred, and it's so full of um, lushness and truth of my being and knowing and love. And it is a place in me that calls to me to connect with other people authentically, because in authentic relationships, I can let that loneliness be experienced and held and loved by other people. And I can really suss out who's an authentic relationship, because most people are very uncomfortable with loneliness inside of another person, because it brings up their own shame and it brings up their own discomfort. And if they haven't done healing of trauma or healing of grief or resolving grief, resolving trauma, then they won't be comfortable around me when I'm in my loneliness. And that's how I can tell who is like a friend that I can bring really close to my heart, because those are people who won't try to fix me and won't try to change me and won't try to cover it up with covering up shit with vanilla ice cream. They won't try to cover it up. They'll be like, oh, let me just sit with you here. And then that allows the song of my heart to sing, and then they get to experience the fullness of that, and the truth of that and the beauty of that. And then that creates like kind of like an energy in the air that allows them to do the same. And then all of a sudden there's like a real beautiful it's kind of a dance. It's very slow, it's very beautiful, and there's no need to rush anywhere. It's just the truth of the moment being spoken. And to me, that is probably, for me, and I don't know if this is true for you, but for me, that's probably the core gateway to joy. That when I have that with myself, and I have that and or I have that with another person, um joy has permission to be experienced, to be seen, to be heard, to be felt. It's like the obstacle, the boulder of resistance or discomfort. Once it's removed, then energy can move. And the way that I see that energy moving in like relationship with another person is that the energy of my heart can flow to yours, and then back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And in that place, laughter can happen, intuition can happen, magic happens, synchronicity happens, like all these beautiful things happen in relationship. And I feel so blessed to be seen and cared for and loved in my loneliness by more people than most people have in their lives to witness their loneliness. And I want you to have that in any degree that you want it. If you're still listening to this message, then you've done a lot of homework to be able to sit inside of the discomfort of this message, because it's going to be comfortable only to people who want truth and who want authenticity and who want true feelings and who don't want to put up walls and defenses and thorns around themselves, about their own true experience. Now, I want to say something about that. I do put up walls and thorns and whatever I need to, and shields, if I'm around people who don't want to respect that and who don't want to honor that. And I give myself, if I'm surrounded by people who are dishonoring of that, which is very rare for me because I'm the founder of Joy-Based Living, so I've been helping people for years now to become more comfortable with their own true self. But I want you to know I don't feel shame around putting up walls. Like if I need to put up walls or defenses or thorns or shields or whatever in order to protect this, that's okay too. So I don't want you to feel like I'm saying, yeah, just be your authentic self around everybody. No, you be your true, deep, authentic self around people who've earned the right to experience you at that depth. And the other thing I want to say about that is I think that there are some teachers and a lot of people who believe that that can only be or should only be reserved for romantic relationships. And I call bullshit on that. I want to live in a world where the people around me are treating each other like we're in a very sacred village, that we really care about each other. And if one person is like harming themselves with negativity and or words that are unhealthy for them or for other people in the group, that someone else will come to them and say, no, we don't talk that way here. That this experience that I'm talking about of sacred loneliness and authenticity doesn't mean that like, you can just say anything and do anything and it's just going to be okay. No, it's not. If you sit around me and you go, I'm old and fat and ugly, I'm going to be like, please don't talk that way around me, because number one, it's not good for you. Number two, that shit's contagious. And I don't want that in my head rippling after you leave my presence. And so there's power in our words. There's power in our presence. There's power in being together from a place of truth and honesty and authenticity. And only you can know what you feel from another person when you're around them. And what you want to do is to have the most trust in yourself that you can possibly have. So I'm going to close with this. One of the things that I learned from a wonderful woman named Kelly McDaniel, who wrote a book called Mother Hunger, is she said that there's three things that every child needs, but I'm going to say every inner child needs and every young child needs. So we need this from ourselves, right? Not just parents and children, but we need this. Our inner parent needs to give this to our younger selves and to just our sacred selves. We each need protection and nurturing and guidance. And when we feel protected and nurtured by another person, we will receive their guidance. We'll be open to their guidance. But if we feel that that person is either going to not protect us or not nurture us, we won't completely accept their guidance. Now, let's bring that back to you. If you don't offer yourself protection and nurturing, you will not allow yourself to receive your own guidance. You'll feel like you'll say to me things like, I just don't trust myself. I just don't trust myself. And the reason for that is because you're either not protecting yourself when you need to, or you're not nurturing yourself. And so I'm about to unleash like a beautiful calendar for 2024, and it's called Your Magical Year. And so these are things that if you're processing this kind of thing and you want to stay in touch with your own personal development process and you want it to feel magical because you're staying in touch with yourself and you want to offer yourself that nurturing and protection so that you can grow your self-trust, then that might be a really perfect calendar for you. I'm super excited about it. And so you'll be hearing more from me about that in the near future. But really the main thing I wanted to share just now is just honor your loneliness, make it a thing, talk about it with people who are safe to talk about it with. And if first you need a professional, get one, but make a commitment to yourself that you will find people, even if it's just one person, who will honor you in your deepest truths, including loneliness, and who won't try to fix you or anything like that, and who will feel joy at the revelation of the oasis and the sacred garden that lives inside your heart, because it's in everyone. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.